Thank you, everybody, and welcome to join us today at our Be Women weekly webinars. We are here to connect, to learn what really matters to us, especially in the midst of these very challenging moments, in these moments of isolation or partial isolation, where we have a unique opportunity to actually reimagine our future, our personal future, our professional, where we're going, but most important, what are we going to do as a global citizens? What are we going to stand for? I'm Laura Jadorucoch, founder of Be Women and lawyer in the state of New York and Argentina, and passionate about the movement of using business as a force for good. In the next 70, 60 minutes, in this workshop of amazing speakers, you will be totally inspired. We have Natalia Meroño Campillo, an amazing coach, and also a friend and transformational of leaders in sustainability and care, and also with our moderator, Álvaro Guirao Lopez, founder or co-founder of the WHealth. I want to take a few more seconds more about Be Women. Who are we? We are a global network of women entrepreneur that seeks to balance purpose and profits and move towards what we call an economy of care, a caring economy, an economic system where we genuinely care for people and nature as a key priority, where our values, our respect, dignity, and collaboration are our driving force. So a few more seconds about the Be Women Empowering move that I invite you all to act on it is to put your shoulders back, your chin up, your eyes that twinkle with joy and determination, and with a super wide smile. Álvaro and Natalia, the call is all yours. Álvaro, you're muted.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you for your generosity and the opportunity to be here and share with the Be Women movement. It's a real pleasure. So today, my name is Álvaro Guirao Lopez. I'm originally born in Madrid. I'm living in Zurich, in Switzerland, where I'm speaking from at the moment. And I'm the co-founder of Whealth, and I have the pleasure and the honor to be moderating a conversation today with my dear friend Natalia Meroño Campillo, who is too co-founder of Whealth. And Natalia is too a sociologist, ontological coach, primordial coach, primal dance teacher, and she's an art of transformation in nature lover, the Buto. And Natalia, I would like to let you take the word and let us know.
Thank you, Álvaro, for introducing me, and Laura, thank you for being the impulsor of this, I think, necessary movement. And can you hear me? And Álvaro? Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I thought that something was wrong. Okay. And I would like to say thank you to the Laura for this necessary movement. And I want to say that we met Laura and myself in Mendoza, Argentina, 1 year ago, more or less, in the event B, the worldwide meeting for Sistema B and all the people interested in this kind of new economy. And I'm really fascinated with this way of see the economy from Be movement, and especially from this Be Woman movement that I appreciate a lot, because in this kind of meetings and encounters of this Be movement, we could appreciate and see very clear the interest of including the feminine leadership and this integration of this necessary, care of life, no, in this business and economy world. And yeah, I've been very involved in this bee movement in South America because I was living for a couple of years in Peru, and I was very close to this movement because I really felt in this vision of the new economy real space for the human part of this business and this very integrated between the economy, business, and how we can impact positive with a positive impact in the world, and how we can put together these aspects of the taking care of ourselves, and how we can align these deep values, personal deep values, and with this impact and actions in this economy and business world. And and I would like to introduce this project of Wisdom Health, which is this frame of this conversation, and I hope that we can have this time for talking together and sharing ideas. We will have some time, the second part of the webinar. And in this first part of the webinar, I would like just to introduce a little bit what is this Wisdom Health project that is, now what I'm putting my energy and my time from home. And I would like to say about it that 1 year ago, after coming from Mendoza, Argentina, from this worldwide event of Sistema B Corp, I came to the NESI Forum, Congress of New Economy, also in Spain. And I was telling to a group of people there my vision about the conscious leadership. And I was coming from South America, living for like 2 years. And I was integrating very deep the connection with the nature and the connection with myself. And a part of that I was studying and specializing myself in the different aspects of coaching and transformational work. And I was like telling this story about storytelling about myself, and I meet Álvaro. And we have been like talking together, and we had we realized that we had both been in the corporate world for so many years. In my case, I was working in human resources that I would like to, I hope in this new in this new paradigm of economy, I hope that we will change the name for not resources. I would like to say another thing, human development, human talent. But I was involved in human resources in that, period of life for almost 20 years in different companies around the world, and I was working a lot. And after this almost 20 years, 19 years, in living in different countries around the world and working so hard, and I decided to change a little bit my style of life because I was sick. I had a big burnout, and I was very sick, and I decided to listen my body and listen my emotions, and I started a path of inner growth. I started to work with myself, and I really wanted, after some years doing this work, of personal care and transformational path, I decided to come back to this view to this world of business and economy, but with another vision, no? With another experience, with another ideas about. And but I've got like 10 years doing my own path, my own care. And in this conversation with Álvaro, that confluence of motivations quickly inspired us to commit ourselves to an integration of how we can integrate our feminine and masculine, because we were both of us in this path. And I really was like 1 year ago with this very, very clear idea about how to work in myself with this integration about feminine and masculine energies inside of myself, with the focus in these new models of leadership, how we can integrate the masculine and feminine attitudes, energies in these competencies in these new models of conscious leadership. And we decided to go together with a project of learning and co-creation. And this project that we are doing during 1 year until now is a really path of personal learning, and which has been materializing in this project of WHealth, and is focused in a way of cohesion and regeneration toward new more human models of life. And this is something that we did this commitment, the personal commitment, just to go through with all our backpack together through this navigation of our intention of continue working and healing and integrating in our leadership this feminine and masculine view of life. And this is something that I would like to say before invite Álvaro, please, to continue with this storytelling.
Sure. I met Natalia during this, a new economy conference where I was exploring developing some conscious leadership programs in Asia, and through an event that we organized on human connection and the use of technology. I have a strong background in technology, looking how technology can support human flourishing, and when we connected in that conference in Spain, it was immediate. We were both looking for each other. It was very, very special, and we share as well the roots from our families, and so yes, some as well cultural connection that definitely invited us to have greater intimacy in our relationship. And then we decided to start this project called Whealth, to offer a space of cohesion and regeneration. At the beginning, we had the opportunity where actually we shared an experience with Laura in Davos during the World Economic Forum week this year in Switzerland. And we co-created an experience with this focus on how to cultivate conscious leadership for impact. And then we went briefly to Barcelona. I don't know if you know, the conference, Mobile World Congress, was cancelled because of the beginning of the pandemic coronavirus threat. And because of the cancellation and the alternative event in Barcelona, moved by the local community, we decided to take action too in the space of the advancement of science and technology, how to humanize the development of technology and what needs to happen from the perspective of conscious leadership. And then shortly after, we had more plans and everything paralyzed, like everybody's life, I guess. And we all had to immediately transform and adapt to the times that we are living. So when the whole lockdown started, we decided to offer a space, an online space. And in these moments of vulnerability and fear and uncertainty, we felt moved to commit to this cohesion and regeneration in these special vulnerable times, where our purpose and our conscious leadership is so important, so we can align our actions for the impact that is needed in society and in the world right now. So the purpose has been to promote the relationships that sustain this process of transformation and regeneration. We believe in the power of communities, and sharing those values and path is really important. And for the last 6 weeks, we've been offering multiple spaces online where we have designed a path that goes through 3 different vital moments that we believe are vital for regenerating this future. And these 3 vital moments include embracing our present, learning from our past, and committing ourselves to a regenerated future. And the result has been an emergence of profound ways of relating and supporting each other in diversity. And we understand being with our present as a way of assuming a regenerative humanity and valuing knowledge of the past, where we can look at nature and ancestral wisdom, and assuming a pact with the future where we can explore a more humane economy and technological development. So that's very briefly, in a nutshell, a little bit of this experiment that we are doing. You're all invited anytime, and I will share some details at the end of this call. And I have a couple of questions for you, Natalia, before we start to interact, because we would love to know from all of you too, your own ideas and reflections on conscious leadership. So Natalia, to start this interview, I would like to ask you, what is your dream for a conscious leadership?
Well, this is always my opinion. Everything that I really try to do in my life is being very, being authentic as much as I can. And for me, my dream for conscious leadership is a leadership based in the authenticity. It's a leadership where we can be able to embrace who we are, how we can honoring our strength and our delicacy of the human being. This is something that I really appreciate in life. This is something that I was, discovering in my path. And I think this the necessity of putting together our strength and our sensibility, our delicacy. And I really think that this is something that we need in the leaders in our lives, no? And I really want a leadership which can recognize our identity, the individual identity, how we can give us permission to ourselves to share our gift with others. I think that we really can give permission to us to give something that is authentic and is, unique. And I really that a lot of people are waiting for leaders with, this, courage to share what they really love. And I think if we can find this identity with this, through this, permission to be authentic, we can offer this for a collective leadership. I really think, and I really want to live in this community, of leaders, collectively. And I think the authenticity invites us to embrace who really we are. And I think, from that place, we can connect with some potential that we born with. And for this, I really want to say as well that this is for sure something very personal from my life, but I really want to invite people to explore, because it's amazing way of explore our potential, is how we can, connect with the most, extensive book of wisdom that is in ourselves, is in our body. And this is something that I was, living with and studying and doing in a transformational process in my life with a couple of, masters and people that I really love and I really appreciate and respect, like the transpersonal psychologist Daniel Taropio from Argentina. And which is, I really, really appreciate that this changed my life for completely. I could heal something very deep in myself, and I could understand this, necessity of connect with my authenticity and my identity for being able to share with others. And I really appreciate this wisdom inside of us as well. Through this, I invite people, also leaders, to connect with the art, because for myself, in my path, for like being able to be here today, telling you, 30, 40 friends, people that I really never, maybe I didn't see you never. And if you asked me like 10 years ago, how we can speak or tell to 30 people what is my dream or what is my gift, I never thought that I could do this. And I really want to appreciate in my path this courage to go deep to this possibility of transformation. And I did a lot of work with my body and with the art. And I want to appreciate as well my master of Buto dance, which is an art of transformation that I really go through to this wisdom inside of us. And I really want to say as well that I dream with a leadership, conscious leadership based in the complementarity, authenticity and complementarity. I think we have this big challenge today in this. Since like 10 years ago, I think I thought the same, but now I really believe that this is very urgent. How to accept the complementarity as a necessary element for this cohesion and regeneration of the human being and conscious leadership. I think that we cannot wait more for like open our mind and open our heart for this complementarity inside of us, between us, with the earth. It's like, with the universe, how we can start to see the possibility of be like conscious leaders with this integration, and how we can integrate our aspects inside of us, and from that, how we can be complement with others. And I think these both aspects of authenticity and complementarity, I think that can help us to find this, to start to find this alignment between our deep values, what really moves us in life, and our actions and impact with the business, with projects for this new economy. And this is what I want to say about, this, how we can be holding our identity and be with others as complements, and how we can build this conscious leadership together. And I think this, this is my dream, very simple, very, I think, I know that it's not very simple, but I can say that this wisdom that really, can help us to be able to be authentic and to be able to open ourselves for this complement with life, with the rest of life that we really need for being complete leaders. This is something that, I think that we cannot invest in some other, more important things than being ourselves and be with others, no? This is my dream.
Great dream, so beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, I really like the idea of exploring conscious leadership as a path of enjoyment, finding yourself in coherence. And the better you know yourself, and you kind of like connect your mind to your actions and your behaviors for the impact, and creating these kind of spaces where we can share and explore how do we feel and how it aligns with the things that we want to do. Sometimes we go so fast, especially in the space of innovation. I've been in innovation for such a long time, and things go so fast that the mind goes away, and we just forget the awareness is here and now in our bodies, and that coherence and connection with ourselves is what impacts in the way that we can use our mind more efficiently in the end, and more full, feeling whole, feeling total. That coherence, that path of finding coherence makes you feel really replenishing. That's from my experience, just working with you, it's really regenerative. Yeah, it really creates a space to explore and to learn from my past and to regenerate my own ideas for the future. Super inspired. Okay, so let's go for the next question, Natalia. Are you ready? Yes? Okay. So the next question, Natalia, is, by the way, we wanted to frame the questions in the context of the Sustainable Development Goals, since we really believe in this coherent path of understanding how to understand the feasibility of the goals that we set as a human race, and how conscious leadership can help us to understand if we are really sustainable first as humans, so we can really make it, there. And these times are a good moment to reflect. So the first question was in the context of the SDG 3, good health and well-being. And then the second question is something that we explore very deeply, as Natalia, you were mentioning before, this commitment personally that we have on the integration of the masculine and feminine values of leadership, even in our relationship. We do explore that, and the need of the rise of the feminine leadership in these times, like in this context, in the Be Women. We started the conversation in Davos as well, only by women. It was really lovely, and panel with different women leaders. So what attention does female leadership need right now, Natalia?
Well, I want to say that this is something makes me a lot of, it's very, I have a lot of respect for this question, and makes me a little bit like a lot of emotions inside of myself. And, but I really want to have of course, always from my experience, from my personal, point of view, but I would like to, I really want to believe that that we are in a moment where the integration is urgent. The integration, when I say the integrations, I say integration between feminine and masculine inside of us, the men and women, earth and sky, business and humanity. And regarding the female leadership, I want to say and say thank you for these movements, and thank you to, some people here like Maitena, which is someone who was, we were working together, and we started in a project that she's still doing with about feminine leadership. And I really want to, to appreciate this kind of, movements and spaces. And I really believe that is still needed to, to put the focus in the gender, in the aspect of the female gender, how to increase the number of, women in, everywhere in the, business, of course, and the politics. And yesterday I was thinking about this interview. I said, all the people that I really appreciate in my life, the masters or the guy, I don't know how to say, teachers, I don't know, but people that I really love, and they teach me a lot of things, help me a lot. And I was thinking that they are men. I didn't have any woman, like I can say, wow, this is someone that I really was investing, like 5-10 years of my life, like, learning and being, of course, amazing friends, amazing women, amazing. But when I was thinking yesterday, I said, wow, I really know a lot of women leaders and women therapists, but the people I was really close in my path, they are mostly, not all of them, but mostly, men. And of course, with this reflection, I want to say, of course, I really want to, to be part of these movements and to put the focus in how we can increase the number, just the number of conscious women in these positions of leadership. And we really need that. And I really appreciate this, this kind of, energy and movement. And And something that I really want to put the focus, but this is something like very personal. As I said before, like I think it's something very urgent to integrate the feminine with masculine. And I really want to put at the same time, just we can continue putting the focus in the gender, of course. I mean, of course. And how we can, like, inside of us, in our leadership, being woman or being a man, how we can generate the actions in our, I mean, projects and business and everything that we do every day from a state of contemplation. I would like to put this as an example of how we can be a complement, like with a leadership who include and integrate the feminine and masculine, and how we can start to do this in all the spaces that we work the leadership, how we can integrate this, even if it's a very small experience, even if it's a big, huge process of transformation. You know, is how we can start to integrate this necessity. When I do every workshop that I do, that doesn't matter if it's something for half an hour or for, 6 months, I really want to like put this seed of how we can, be with our, roots, for being very like cultivating our identity, for like this focus, masculine focus in the sense of, masculine energy. I'm not talking now about gender, just attitudes, competencies, and of course they are in all of us. For our biology, the feminine, I think, is normally more, used to be in the attitudes of the woman and vice versa, and the masculine with this action and focus. But of course, this is not a generalization. But I really want to put the focus just how we can generate this, marriage between masculine and feminine inside of us with this, action and contemplation. When I say contemplation, is how we can be with everything that is happening, as I say at the beginning, how we can embrace ourselves. And from that, how we can generate the right actions, how we can connect our deep values and with our impact in our business, in our leadership. And I really think this is something that I practice every day. This is my very good, good and big challenge with Álvaro. We are really working on this. We are really working. This is our commitment. And it's very transparent because we have every day a lot of challenges to work with this action and contemplation and how we can listen ourselves and go with this focus, with actions that we really can, go together with this project. And I would like to say that I really believe that this integration of contemplation and action can help us to be more effective on where and how we use our energy, how we can put our focus with more like, space about what really moves us in life, what I really want to do with my energy, with my time. Yeah, this is, and something that I would like to say also about this female, just to finish, is I think if we integrate inside ourselves, the feminine and masculine, for example, energy is this point of view about life, about leadership, and we started to see a little bit no separation or less separation inside of us. I think this opened a really amazing number of possibilities for co-creation with others, with the difference, how we can integrate the difference and how we can put together our intentions for a collective purpose. For me, life is question of, at the end, the most important thing for me is how we can serve. How can serve, because for me, this is what I can say that this is like my light, my focus, no? But of course, when I say serve, it serves to myself and serve to others. But how we can do this, like how we can put this personal purpose at the service of the collective. And this is like my wish to put the focus and the attention about this female leadership in this period of life, in this moment. This is what I feel. Thank you.
Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. So much needed, that ability to contemplate these days, and especially these times that things were going so fast before, and then suddenly the whole world stops, and we're in lockdown at home, and even our minds still want to go so fast with all this like online stuff, and it can be even overwhelming. And it's a good opportunity to just contemplate that with the challenges that we are living, and observe how I feel, and what I'm thinking, and how do I respond to this transformational process that we're all living, and how do I align that integration of a masculine that is more integrated and responsive to that needs, to that senses. Thank you so much. I have one more question. I kindly ask you to be a little bit shorter so we can have some time with the audience. And the question is in the context of the SDG number 17, partnerships. And in this context, Natalia, I would like to ask you, how can conscious leadership help us generate a positive impact through the economy and society, through communities, through movements?
Okay, this I think I can be shorter because I have very clear. It's something that moves me a lot, this question as well. But this moves me for the action. The other one, the female, moves me from the emotional, aspect, and this moves me from the masculine. And I really think that being in group, like a tribe, group, community, supports the transformations and regenerations processes that we are living now. That we cannot do the change now, without community. I really believe that. And I had a dream during one night before during this crisis, and I had that dream. I work with dreams. I really listen my dreams. And I had these dreams about, during this time, I really need community, and I really need to redefine the sense of communities. And I think this is I think the community allows us to be more with ourselves. I think it's just the opposite that we can think about. If we are with others, I can be lost. I can be outside of my center, outside of my identity, outside. And I really believe that when the group sustain us, make us feel more valued. Because I really have someone supporting my authenticity, my identity. And I really, that in this moment, this is something that is this internet connection, these webinars like this today is a really amazing opportunity for creating this space of for supporting the transformation and regeneration processes. And I like how we can, not maybe having answers, but at least, making questions together. And I really finish with something that one of the other teachers, masters, is a man also, is called Joan Garriga, is someone that I was learning a lot about, that sometimes we ask ourselves, and I did during a lot of years in my life, what is my sense of life? What is the sense, what does it mean? And now I really want to invite for this new way of working in community to ask ourselves, what is the sense that I can give to the life? is what is my gift to the community? What is my gift for the life? It's not what is the sense of life for me. We can make us the question, with putting a little bit other focus, what is and how we can be integrating these two aspects of life, this complementarity, how we can being with my dreams, with my wishes, with my identity, with my deep values, and how we can combine this with the reality, with the community, with the necessities that we are living today. I really want to invite us, all of us, first myself, to have very present with this complementarity about being inside and being with others. And this is what I want to finish with this question. Thank you so much, Álvaro.
Thank you, Natalia. Thank you. Thank you deeply from my heart. Actually, there was one question that you just answered. Oti was mentioning in the chat, I fully concur with the integration of female anima, male animus aspects of leadership. The same appears true of societal level. Jung would have talked about the collective unconscious. Torbert already 30 years ago spoke about action inquiry, combining the action and openness to inquiry and emergence. And since then, progress has been limited. And how do you concretely make it work? It's a very long answer, actually. It's a very, very long answer. But I would say, just to add to what you just said, that it's a very subtle work of building more awareness. And that requires commitment. So to make it work is a very strong personal commitment. So you can start to explore that and how to integrate it. And okay, so thank you so much, Natalia. Thank you. I would like to ask Laura. We would like to ask a question to the audience and to do briefly, maybe for 5 minutes, breakout rooms. So we can now throw the ball to all of you. And we can co-create and see what's inside of you in this moment, in the context of this conversation, your experience and your personal visions. Our question for you, and you can discuss this in the groups, and then briefly we can share one member of each group. After the 5 minutes, we will have another maybe 2-3 minutes to share before we close this session with another question that we want to send you to sleep with tonight. So the question is, how do you imagine conscious leadership in tune with well-being? So we would like to frame it in the context of the SDG number 3, good health and well-being as humans. And how do you imagine this conscious leadership in tune with well-being? So this is the question. And Laura, if you can start the groups for maybe 5 minutes, we can all discuss briefly.
Excellent. So please bear with me. It takes a few seconds for the computer to refigure and send you. We're going to have 5 groups of 5. Okay. So it's going right now. Thank you. And remember the question. Okay. Álvaro, you want to repeat the question?
Yeah. One more time. How do you imagine conscious leadership in tune with well-being, with good health? You know, like, okay, 4. Okay, I actually like it. I confess. So we're gonna put a little bit of music in the background, and we would like to ask you one question. I'm gonna leave my email in the chat, so you can email us with any further questions you might have, or if you would like to check out our work or whatever. And especially, we want to ask you a question. So this question is for you to sleep with tonight. And if you feel like, you can share it with us, okay? And the question...
Te oye un poquito bajo, Álvaro, un poquito bajo.
Okay. Let me just do this. Okay, there you go. So the question to sleep with tonight, dear friends, so you can reflect on: what is your gift? And if you feel confident to share with us, please send us an email. We would love to hear from you. You know, whatever you want to share with us, you are super welcome. Any questions, any comments, any suggestions, or your dream tonight about your gift, whatever you feel like sharing with us, you're very welcome. In our website is in development, but you can see more information. And if you want to know more about further content that we are creating, please contact me, since the website is under construction. And thank you, everyone. Thank you, Laura, for your generosity. Deeply appreciated. And thank you, Natalia, for allowing me to be the moderator of this conversation.
Thank you all for participating. I think we're going to close, but before that, I want to, we were very inspired by all what you said. So I will ask everybody to get a piece of paper and a pen and write down at least one thing that this call has inspired you to change, that you're going to actually change today, that you're going to actually put in practice, that you're going to actually create action on it. So I ask you to do that because there's so many inspiring calls we have lately. And so why not create action right away? Because we need that. And in the meantime, I'll share other webinars we have. We have we have practically one every day lately. So the next one is on May 6th, that is tomorrow at 11 Los Angeles time, that is 7 UK time. And it's a really fascinating one. It's called The Real Wealth of Nation, Caring Economy. That is really what Be Women is all moving towards. That is the caring economy. We need to move to a caring economy where people and planet are objectives. We have also another webinar on the 13th, also about caring, that is called The Values, the verb values starts at home, by Eve Rodsky. And also again, values is what is the care economy all about. And then we have also another by Lara Stein, CEO of BOMA. It's creating change in our communities, the wisdom from the creation of all of us. And as well, we have a few other, we have also the first Italian webinar on the 13th of May by Anna Congo. And it's about Società Benefit nel B Corp Italiano. And then we also have two more others about domestic violence, one on May 13th, 15th, a pandemic within a pandemic. And so on this note, I want to thank you all for all your time and dedication to get inspired and make the world a more caring place. Thank you, Natalia, and thank you, Álvaro, for this great presentation. Bye-bye.
Thank you.